What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Sims 3 General Hospital review. Um, I hope all you're having a great day so far. So, we start out with Sonny. He's at his office, fuming about Faith Roscoe being back, and he calls Sean into his office. He wants Sean to investigate Faith organization. He wants to know, does she have any other partners besides Carl? She wants to know, who's the weakest soldier or lieutenant she has in her organization. Sonny wants to know every bit of dirt in the organization. He wants to know everything. So, meanwhile, Carly stops by the Quartermain mansion to talk to Jason because she heard about the hostile takeover of ELQ, and she is pissed, and she wants to know, what is Jason going to do about Faith. Jason said that Sonny said he was going to take care of Faith, and Carly can't sit around waiting for Sonny to make a move. She said that she needs to know, that Faith has to go now. So, Michael walks in and tells Carly to just, calm down. They'll all figure out a way to fix this. And Carly says that she doesn't want Michael anywhere near this. But Carly tells Michael, that something has to be done but she doesn't want the kids anywhere near this. But Michael tells Carly, he's a grown man now. He's not a kid. But he's not going to do anything illegal. But their focus right now is to take back ELQ. Meanwhile, Tracy is at the courthouse because, remember, she is in trouble for the drug money of Anthony Zacchara, $30 million that she stole. And they have to see if it's going to get past the grand jury. So they're inside the courtroom. She has Dylan by her side. She has Alan. She has Monica. And the federal prosecutor is throwing all these allegations about how she stole her ex-husband, not her ex-husband, but her other deceased husband, Gino Solito's money. And Diane cuts to the chase and says that she wants all charges against Miss Quartermain to be dropped immediately, on the grounds that Miss Quartermain had no knowledge that Anthony Zacchara's money was drug money. She had no knowledge that the feds were looking for it. She had no knowledge of any of that, so therefore she's not liable and she cannot be charged for a crime she had no idea she was even committing. So the federal prosecutor says, if she had no idea, then why did she put the money in an offshore bank account? And Diane countered perfectly and said the reason why was because there was a mix-up with her regular bank account, and it was a simple error on the bank's part, and that they can call Tracy's bank and the bank will back up that story. So she said that's the reason why the money was in an offshore bank account. So she demands that all charges be dropped and that this does not go past the grand jury. So the judge takes time to deliberate, and Tracy's worried. Dylan and, Alan and Monica assure her that, nothing bad is going to happen, that, Diane's a good attorney. So the judge comes back and he says that since there's not sufficient evidence that suggests that Miss Quartermain had anything to do with Anthony Zacchara's dirty money, that all charges will be dropped against her under one condition, that she returns all $30 million to the feds, and she has 24 hours to transfer all that money to the feds. She has 24 hours to do that. And as of this moment, all the charges against Tracy are dropped. And Tracy is relieved. She is super ecstatic. They go back to the Quartermain mansion, and she assures Alan that she will make Carl pay now that she's a free woman. That she will make Carl pay dearly. And that the family will get ELQ back in their hands. But Tracy has other agendas also. Her agenda is she wants ELQ for herself. She has no real plans of handing it back over to Alan or Jason or AJ. She wants some stock for herself. And might I say, she wants controlling interest. Meanwhile, Julian Jerome is in his office working on some business for Jerome Publication when Faith Roscoe shows up at his office, surprisingly. And she tells Julian who she is, and Julian says he knows exactly who she is, and he wants to know what could he do to help. She says she wants 100% ownership of Jerome Publications, and she offered him a measly $40 million. Julian laughed in her face. He was like, first of all, his company is not for sale. Two, his company damn sure ain't worth $40 million. His company is worth $350 million right now, and the company's still not for sale. And Faith tells Julian that either he cooperates and voluntarily sell her the company, or he will live to regret it, or he won't live at all. And Julian tells her to bring it. And Faith, with an evil looking grin on her face, says to him, consider it brought. So she leaves. Old man Carl Dixon pops up at Tracy's door at the Quartermain mansion while everybody else is scattered around the house. Tracy's wondering what the hell is he doing there, and he tells her that he's sorry for conning her and pretending to marry her. And she tells him that if he's really sorry, he will give her what she wants, his 50% of the company. But he says it's not that simple, you know. So he gets some phone call or whatever from Faith, and he has to go. And Faith tells him that she wants Jerome Publications and that they need to, you know, wrestle control out of Julian's hands. Meanwhile, at the Windermere, Emily comes into the living room and talks to Nicholas, and she has a bombshell of her own that she wants to drop. That she wants Nick to sell Windermere so that way they can get a different place, because she feels like Windermere is just way too big, too drafty, it's too dark, and she thinks that they need to live in a normal house. When surprise, 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 Helena Cassadine comes walking in. She's back from Switzerland. She was in Switzerland. She had to fly out there for her little clinic. And she could not believe what she was hearing. And she tells Nicholas there is no way. She says there is no way she's allowing Nicholas to sell the family castle. Windermere has been a part of the Cassadine family for ages, and she's not selling it. She won't allow Nicholas to sell. And so Nicholas gets a phone call from some executive at Cassadine Industries. He says it's an important call. So he heads out, and Helena threatens Emily and tells her that if she even thinks about trying to get Nicholas to sell the family castle, she will crush Emily and she would destroy the entire Quartermain family. So she leaves, and Emily has this little snarky look on her face, like she's not really worried, even though she should be, because Helena's holding quite a few secrets. Meanwhile, fucking Carl is having a meeting again he's talking with Faith, telling Faith that, you know, deep down he's starting to feel some type of way about Tracy. And Faith reassures him that he better get over his feelings for Tracy, because she will not let nobody, and she means nobody, including Carl, to ruin this business deal for her. And she tells Carl that she's the top dog in charge and not him. So he better get over it. So it's just a bunch of shit going on over there. Lulu, ditzy Lulu, comes home. And Dante was feeding the baby. And she tells him that she got a check from Tracy for the new house. And Dante tears up the check. Dante tore up the check, and he was very upset that she's taking handouts from relatives or friends. And he told her that they will buy the house when they together can afford it. He doesn't want any handouts. And Lulu's pissed that he tore up that check. So she tells him that they're buying that house, and she's gonna, and Dante tells her that if she's planning on buying that house, then she's gonna be buying it for herself. Because he has no intentions of moving in. Not unless he's the one paying for it. So it's just a whole bunch of shit with the two of them. I don't know where that marriage is heading. Meanwhile, Luke pops up at Windermere to talk to Nicholas. He has no clue that Helena's back in town. And he bumps into Emily. So Nicholas and Emily and Luke are talking about Helena and that she threatened Emily, and Emily says that they have to get rid of Helena before she can get rid of any one of them. Little do they know, Helena's in the tunnels listening in on their little conversation. So who knows where this is going. Anyway, I'll see all you guys tomorrow. That was the end of the part. I'll see all you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. See you all tomorrow.